What's up, I'm Dave Chappelle. That's Maija DiGiorgio.
You're Giuseppe, the kid who missed the eye, son of the butcher who missed the 3 fingers to give you a costly salami to pull the legs so you can walk home. Why didn't you say so?
Hey, this girl right here is certified funny. Go get them tickets right now.
Yo, what's up? This is Sinbad. I'm gonna tell you, my girl Maija DiGiorgio is coming to your town, man. She is funny. I mean, really funny. I mean,
that's why I'm dating an old man now. I waxed once, he got confused. He thought I had cancer. Poison, poison, poison.
And talented. Sing, does it all, got a crazy lineage.
I get too hungry for dinner at 8. Oh, wrong.
But I'm basically saying, man, y'all need to go see her.
This barbecue, and I got there, and it was a KKK barbecue. The black side of my family, they were like, why would you go to a KKK barbecue? I said, I don't know, there's part of me that just can't say no to barbecue.
She's fantastic.
Give her all your love, man. I love her to death. From Manhattan, Maija, ladies and gentlemen.
Doing things over the top, and I haven't been, because I have credits like he didn't want to bring up my credits, like my Def Comedy Jam credit. You know, I have credits like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to work to be Yongshin. I had to work to do Yongshin because I came from like theater people, which is like put pressure on my entire life. Because even when I got the Def Comedy Jam thing, I came running home to the Italian side of my family. It's like, I'm going to be on Def Comedy Jam. They're like, oh, Yoshi's going to be on TV over here. But in the black side of my family, we're like, oh, no, not that ghastly show. If only we sent it to Howard University, this would have never have happened. Because I come from bourgeois black people. And people don't even know about bourgeois black people. They don't even understand that, like, people always ask me, like, why do you look the way you look? And I have to always explain it. It's okay, you get a black bunny, you get a white bunny. You know, and they have sex, and then you end up with like a striped bunny, and then you end up with a brown bunny. You get one that looks like me, and nobody puts Mariah Carey through any of this shit. You have to understand, when you have a black family, it's like open, it's like Mexicans. You guys got the same shit. You open up a bag of M&Ms. You get a brown one, you get a red one, you get a yellow one. And it took me a long time to have to come on stage and be like, listen, I come from Sinbad black people. That's why I look the way I do. Sinbad looking black people. Because other light-skinned black people used to marry other light-skinned black people. And I come from also a racist Italian family that they just were mortified when my mother was married to my father. They were like, they only had one son. One son, he married a black woman. That would have been more welcoming if he had brought home a gay vampire. We made this sauce with no garlic. It's just how you like. But forget the Italian side. The black side was mortified that my mother brought home an Italian. I'm serious. My grandfather took one look, and my Sicilian father was like, are you sure you want to marry that Italian? He's awfully dark. Do you know how many generations it took for us to get this light and still be black? Think of your children. Think of your children. Because they're from like bougie, like I used to say, Papa, you don't really not like the Italian side of my family. He's like, those Italians are savages. They don't even use a bread basket. And Italians, they don't. They use a piece of bread as a utensil. You know, a burp is a compliment, and a knife's a freaking toothpick. Come from that kind of Italian. Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? And so when my father married my mother, that was like such a shock. And that's why my life is, I'm going to be single forever, because I just don't fit in. And I wanted to fit in, because you have to fit in when you're a mixed race kid from my generation, because you get jumped. And my parents, it was great when they were all she on the Upper West Side of Manhattan, but they moved us to like Redneck, New Jersey. And when they pulled into the area, literally the rednecks surrounded the car. And my mother, being the chanteuse French singer that she was, turned to me and my sister and said, don't get out, I'll handle this. She was such a Jedi. She shimmied over to those rednecks in her ostrich feathers, turban, and mink coat, looked them straight in the eye and said, we're not the Negroids you're looking for. Move along. And they moved along. But they used to jump me all the time. They didn't know what I was. And then my mother used to tell me, I get beat up. I come home with black eyes, I had jacked up hair, because I had no hair products for mixed kids. When I was growing up, they had shit for white people and black people. That was it. Nothing like, no, you don't have mixed chicks or anything like that. So I had jacked up hair, so I come home with black eyes, and my mother would have all these little plots. She'd be like, you go back to that school, and you tell those kids when they ask that you're Creole. And if they don't know what Creole is, you tell them to look it up. I looked it up. It said to be prepared with green peppers, onions, tomatoes. I came back the next week with another black eye. My mother's like, did you tell them you were Creole? I said, no, you told me they weren't very bright, so I just simplified things and told them I was black. That's why I got a black eye. So we tried to blend in that neighborhood, but it didn't work because my mother was over the top. My mother was so indescribable, I literally had to Google a description of my mother to actually describe her to an audience in comedy. My mother, I found her in an article in Jet magazine in 1955. That's impressive. That's like having 50 million Instagram followers and talent. No, seriously. And the description was, they described my mother as a Negro songstress who performed in opera houses all over the world, got the key to the city of Paris at the age of 18, that's 10 years before the Civil Rights Movement, a UN ambassador of goodwill that sang in 7 languages, that was a concert-level pianist that sold with the Cleveland Symphony at 12, which is why I'm a comedian. People say you're supposed to pass your parents, right? All I can say is, I've been on Def Comedy Jam. I've been on BET, yo. Do you know what that's like? People think I'm entertaining. My mother was a live performance superhero. She always had a musical number prepared in case of an emergency. Correction, she usually always had a musical number prepared in 3 languages in case of an emergency. And somehow, everywhere we went, it was an emergency. I couldn't tell you, we could walk into a Chinese joint in Bayonne, New Jersey. If the place had a piano, there'd be 15 Chinese people pouring out of the kitchen surrounding us going, Sylvia, sing song, sing song. And she couldn't just sing the song like a normal person. She couldn't sit down, sing the song, and leave. You know what I'm saying? She'd have to perform the number the same way at the opera house, even if we were at a pancake house. So that's hard to blend in when you have a mother that every place she went, literally, she couldn't just sing the song. You couldn't get a simple happy birthday. It would always have to have some kind of, like, number of why we got there, some story. It always wait, this is very impromptu. I've been practicing for weeks, and this is very impromptu. There's a funny little man named, it always comes in. I think it was Jacqueline Francois that said, the French would say that the world looks to Szechuan dumplings, while the French would say, like, la vie en rose with rose-colored glasses. Like, how do we get that? You know what I'm saying? It always be like, you dip your dumplings into the sauce, it makes it sound like a top-ya, top-ya, top. Like, where are we ordering beef and broccoli? Like, how did it come to this? And if it wasn't bad enough that she always had a musical number prepared in case of an emergency, she expected the same from her kids. So she wanted to make sure we had the proper musical education. So in addition to voice classes, dance classes, acting classes, ballet classes, violin classes, piano classes, she made sure that she had to turn every event into a musical number as well. You know what that's like? I couldn't even to put on my freaking shoe without it turning into Hello Dolly. I would put on my shoe, put on your Sunday shoes when you feel down and out. Shut down, I'm not feeling down and out. I'm just putting on my shoes. Some parents, they would get their kids awake, they wake them up with a song, put them to sleep with a song. We woke up every morning with a brand new morning song at 6 a.m. When you're waking up at 6 a.m., the last thing you want bedside is, good morning, glory, hey there, stop that yawning. Brand new day is dawning. Pull up the shade and let the sun come through. Like, we used to dream of roosters. They were less dramatic. She even had a cure for every ailment with the song. Like, I could fall down and scrape my knee. Somehow that would turn into, we're gonna rouge on knees, and pull your stockings down, ba-dum-bum-ba-ba, and all that jazz. I'm like, Mom, she couldn't just do the song. She'd have to she'd have to do all the verses. Start the car, no whoopie's fire, when the gin is cold up. I'm like, Mom, I'm bleeding. And we couldn't escape. You don't understand what this is like. We tried to escape, we couldn't, because everyone in her family played an instrument, and my uncle was a Tony Award-winning tap choreographer, so which meant whenever she chose to break out into song, she had backup. Literally, we couldn't escape. And I'd run off to my friend's houses in New Jersey, and I always run over there, and I always be like, I'm gonna have dinner at Mia's house where it's nice and normal, right? But I have to call home. Yeah, Mom, I'm calling home. I just want to let you know about Mia's, but I can't hear you because of the train, so I gotta go. I said, I can't hear you because of the train. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Yeah. Zip, zip, zip went the bell. Stop, stop when my click. I thought I was done, right? No, but all of a sudden, shit. Hello, did you hang up on me? I still had a black mother. Don't make me come over there and snatch you bald-headed. I'm gonna knock you in next Tuesday. I'm gonna beat the black off of you. I was obviously beaten a lot. But it was tough. It was tough growing up. I'm telling you, like my mother, don't get me wrong, I had a great mother. She was always there. But she was always there. Like, we didn't even have to turn her around because she had all this rare Wonder Woman jewelry that was given to her by royalty all over the world, so she couldn't make a move without clanking. She couldn't walk across the floor without... You could even tell her moods by the stones. Mom's glad. Mom's mad at Dad. Mom's sad. Cluck, 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 cluck. This is like hell. We couldn't even sneak in anywhere. The only thing she couldn't do was be anywhere. Because she even made noise when she stopped. Because we used to try to sneak in late to church. We the only black family at the white church. And when you ever go to a white church, they don't sing loud, so you can't like sneak in mid-ham when you're late. Because they sing like kitty cats. They're like meow, 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 meow. But it didn't matter. As soon as she heard the music, she'd overpower the whole room of felines meowing. And the next thing you know, so anyway, that's what it was like. It was hell. And then we tried to escape. We're like, we're going to go to Sunday school this Sunday. We couldn't because one year, well, like once in a while, the women who would play in the piano, they get sick. And so like all of a sudden we'd hear something like, oh, Trudy's not feeling well. Who's playing piano for the Sunday school? You didn't have to turn around. I could hear her coming. And it was crazy. She couldn't just sit down and sing the song, like play the little hymn like Trudy, clunk, 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 clunk. It had to turn into like, there's a funny little man named Jesus. And when they nailed the cross, it made it sound like a boop, be a boop, be a boop. The old ladies are like, what hymn is this? Are we singing the same song? And now together